beautiful. Give me a cheer if you're well. Fuck yeah. Give me a cheer if you've ever seen me do comedy before. Fuck yeah. Looks like I've got a lot of people-pleasing to do tonight. My favourite. I am Nick. It's so lovely to meet all of you. I have been doing comedy for a little while now, and every time I get a review of my comedy or people give me feedback on my comedy, they always refer to it as sweet and endearing. Oh, which is lovely, I know, but I can't help but notice, not synonyms of the word funny, are they? So strap in for whatever that is. I am from Queensland originally, which is fine, I guess. I live in Melbourne now, though. I love Melbourne. A lot of things I love about Melbourne, but one of the things that I love most of all is a phrase that gets thrown around a lot there that people use on me to describe me. I don't know if it's made its way here to Sydney, though, so let me know. The phrase that people use on me to describe me is Oat Milk Presenting. It's pretty good, isn't it? If you haven't heard of it before, it's a phrase used to literally describe someone that looks like they would drink oat milk. And well, guilty as charged. I fucking love an oat milk flat white. Yum yum in my tum-tum. Figuratively, though, sometimes people use it to describe someone that is like an ethical person, an ally, or one of the good guys or something. And I thought it was that part of the phrase that people meant when using it on me. Nah. Because with the frequency in which people just assume I'm lactose intolerant, it makes me think that the vibe I'm giving off is not so much ethical as it is just fragile. And it seeps into other parts of my life as well, right? Like over the past month, 2 women have messaged me on Tinder asking me if I'm vegan or just look it. So it's nice to know that despite my efforts to try and be like sexy or alluring on dating apps, I'm just coming across as anemic. The worst this whole thing got, though, as well, was over the summer, like maybe 2 months ago, when I was camping with one of my really good friends. And when we got to the campsite and we were unpacking our bags, they asked me if I had packed my EpiPen. I've never had anaphylaxis. I can't even spell it. If you can't tell from all of that, I have low self-esteem. Anyone else? All right, bunch of gloaters in tonight. I have low self-esteem. And I've tried to get rid of my low self-esteem, I have, but I can't. It turns out I'm not good enough. Of all the jokes I tell you tonight, you have no idea how much I need that one to land. I have low self-esteem, I do. And I talk to a lot of people with low self-esteem to connect or something, I guess. And a lot of people with low self-esteem tell me that they don't really know why they have it. Can't really pinpoint where in their life it comes from. Not me, though. I know exactly where my low self-esteem comes from. My low self-esteem comes from this one time in grade 8 where a senior comes up to me on the bus and says to me in front of all my friends, "Hey Nick, you're a fat red-headed nerd with braces. If you wore glasses, you would be the ugliest kid in the school." I know. And you will never guess what happened at the end of that year. Number 1, baby! We fucking did it. I'll take your clap. Thank you. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Take that, year 8 bully. Look at me go. I'm red-headed, by the way. That's for those of you who don't see colour. I don't know if I can say that. And one of the things that I've just had to come to accept about being red-headed, well, aside from the inevitable melanoma, it's that I'm always just going to get asked by strangers what the colour of my pubes are. I get asked all the time. Get asked all the time, but never in a direct way, though, no. It's never in a direct way. It's always in some roundabout, euphemistic way, always about interior design. Are we familiar? Yes. I get asked, does the carpet match the drapes? Does the carpet match the drapes? Such a strange question to be asked, I think, very personal. I never know how to answer the question either, but that's mostly because, well, I ripped out my carpet years ago. We're hardwood floor down there. 2020 came along and we did some spring cleaning and cleared up the place. You should come over sometime and check it out. Stay for dinner. Bit of fun. I'll tell you one more thing and then I'll get out of your hair. How did I get in your hair? I've been thinking a lot about primary school discos a lot lately. Anyone else? Oh, all right. I fucking love a primary school disco, guys. To clarify, I don't go to them anymore. I feel like that's needed. But I fucking love a primary school disco. I've been thinking about one a lot lately. One that I went to when I was in grade 2. And I've been thinking about this disco because it was very different to the other discos that we had at the school at the time. Because at this one, they couldn't afford a DJ for this disco. So instead, they got a jukebox, which is a very different thing. Because what happened is that like anyone could go up to this jukebox and request a song that they wanted to listen to. And I really wanted to listen to I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys, because it's the early 2000s and, well, them's the rules. And I went up into the jukebox and requested the song, and it didn't play. So I requested it again, it didn't play. I requested it a bunch more times. The button must have been broken, so I gave up and walked away. But I quickly learned that it's not so much a request system with this jukebox, is it? It's definitely a queue. So what happens is that I make an entire school listen to I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. Not once, not twice, but 16 times in a row. And as good as that song is, that's too many times. I'm going to be honest with you, Sydney. I've never seen so many 10-year-olds turn on each other so quickly. Like, I'm not quite sure what, like, the actual collective noun is for a group of angry 10-year-olds, but after that night, I think it's a disco of 10-year-olds. The teachers think it's some prank some kid has pulled, and so they run over to the jukebox and unplug it and plug it back in again, hoping it would reset or something. But what the jukebox lacks in a good UX design seems to really make up for it in memory. It does nothing. The kids then start pointing their finger at each other. They're like, did you do it? Did you do it? Was it you? And I have to be back at the back of this theatre just pretending to be part of this angry mob to get away with it. Being like, yeah, who would do a thing like that? But inside, just having the best night of my life. 16 times in a row. That's the way I want it, baby. Fuck yeah. Well, that was the best night of my life up until now. You've all been amazing. I've been Nick. I've been sweet and endearing. I'll see you later.
That was Nick Robertson.